Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into one of the biggest shifts happening in tech right now, the rise of AI agents. We're going to cut through the noise and see how these things are going from cool experiments to, well, essential tools for businesses. Let's get into it.
For most of us, AI has been something we type into a little box. We ask it a question, it spits out an answer. Simple, right? But what if that's just the very, very tip of the iceberg? What if AI could do more than just talk? What if it could actually do things?
And that right there is what an AI agent is all about. It's not just a conversational partner, it's a doer. See, an AI agent can actually reason through a problem, make a decision, and then take action all on its own to get complex stuff done. This is the key difference. Agents don't just give you information, they actually run with it and execute entire workflows.
So, is this just some far-off future idea? Not at all. We're going to look at what's happening right now. Based on what over 500 tech leaders are saying, you're about to see just how real the impact of AI agents already is.
The first thing that jumps out is just how many companies are already on board. 57%, that's more than half, are already using AI agents for workflows with multiple steps. We're not talking about simple one-off tasks here. This shows a real level of trust in these systems to handle processes that need coordination and, actual logic.
And wow, if you want to see where this is exploding, look no further than software development. A massive 90% of organizations are using AI to help them code. But here's the kicker. 86% of them aren't just playing around in a sandbox. They are using agents to write production code, the actual code that runs their businesses. That's a huge vote of confidence.
And all that trust? It's paying off, literally. An incredible 80% of these companies say they are already seeing real, measurable financial value from their AI agents. And just to be clear, this isn't some fuzzy projection or a maybe in the future thing. This is bottom line impact today.
So the really important thing to see here is that the value isn't just in one little area. This shows it perfectly. Agents are making a huge difference across the entire development process. Whether it's writing the initial code, creating the documentation for it, or even testing and reviewing it, the boost is felt equally everywhere. The gains just keep adding up.
Okay, stats are one thing, but stories really bring it to life, right? So let's pivot from the data and look at a few companies that are seeing results that are frankly transformational. Let's start with cybersecurity, an area where every single second is critical. A security analyst at Accenture used to spend 5 hours digging into a potential threat. Now, with an AI agent helping out, that same high-level analysis gets done in just 7 minutes. That is an absolutely massive leap in speed.
Or how about the world of medicine? At Novo Nordisk, creating the documentation for a clinical study took more than 10 weeks. It's a super complex, highly regulated process. Today, an AI agent can generate that entire compliant report in 10 minutes. Just think about what that means for getting new treatments to people who need them faster.
And if you thought that was wild, get this. In the financial world, doing customer due diligence, a super important compliance task, used to be a 3-month process for Parch's clients. An AI agent now does that same work in 5 minutes. That's not an improvement, that's a complete reinvention of how work gets done.
Those examples are just incredible, but they're really just the start. So the big question is, where is this all going? Let's look ahead at what's next for businesses, and of course, for all of us who work in them. The trend couldn't be clearer. Companies are planning to go even bigger. A huge 81% are planning to roll out even more complex agents by 2026. And we're talking about systems that don't just operate in one department, but that can actually coordinate tasks across the whole organization, from finance to legal to sales.
Of course, it's not all perfectly smooth sailing. There are some real hurdles here. And interestingly, the biggest challenges aren't really the AI tech itself. It's all the practical stuff. Getting these new agents to work with old existing systems is the #1 headache, followed by the cost, getting access to good, clean data, and this one's huge, managing the human side of such a big change.
Which brings us to the question on everyone's mind. What does this mean for our jobs? Well, the data suggests that agents aren't here to replace people, but to elevate them. By taking over the routine, repetitive tasks, they're freeing us up to focus on the things that humans do best, learning new skills, doing more strategic thinking, and building relationships. This quote from Alex Holt over at Accenture really just nails it.
He says 2026 will separate enterprises that deployed AI agents from those that transformed around them. The point he's making is so important. This isn't about just buying a new piece of software. It's about fundamentally rethinking and rebuilding how your business actually operates.
So, the verdict is in. AI agents are no longer science fiction. They're here, they're real, and they are delivering incredible value and speed. They're changing how we write software, how we fight diseases, how we run our companies. The agents have arrived. The only real question left is, are you ready?